Hey guys, thanks for showing up. My name is Dawn Heideball, and I appreciate you guys being here for our first Winning in Real Estate recruiting event. For our first guest speaker is Greg Luther. Greg is somebody that I work with very closely out of Columbus, Ohio. He is used to be a real estate agent and now a real estate coach. And I just want to give him the floor and let him talk a little bit about why he became a real estate agent and then why he's chosen to train us and why he thinks that our strategies that we use work the best. So there you go, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me here. I'm excited to be here and kind of tell you a little bit about my path and what it meant for me because, like a lot of agents, I struggled miserably when I first started. I got licensed in Columbus, Ohio, and I thought because I had a license, everybody's going to work with me, my friends and my family, and it's just going to be easy. I tell people I'm in real estate and they're going to work with me. I quickly found out that wasn't the case. I realized very quickly I'm in the marketing and systems business. And after failing miserably for the first 6 months or 8 months, I had to find a better way, getting that kind of systematic approach on what is your offer for the general public and how do you convert those leads once they come in, because anybody can buy leads. How do you get them converted? I was able to turn my business on and became very, very successful. So I became the top agent in Columbus, then in the state of Ohio, and then one of the top agents in the country. So I did very, very well in the business, and it was strictly because of systems and team and marketing. And I had a gentleman tell me a long time ago, if you owned a McDonald's, you would think you were successful. But if you were the only employee there, you're not going to be successful. You got to cook the food, you got to work the drive-through, you got to go wipe off the tables, and that's what the single agent usually does. So I figured that out and became very successful. Did very well in life, and got to the point I wanted to start showing others how to do it because I've seen that they've struggled as well. So fast forwarding to today, I've coached over 30,000 real estate agents around the country, yourself included. We've created a lot of multi-millionaire agents, and I'm not talking about production. I mean, all of their debts paid off, and now they have millions of dollars in income. And a lot of that just comes from them following the same system we've used for a long, long time here and getting very strong, solid people on their team in order to build that dream that everybody's looking for here. So that's kind of the path that I've taken and, why I do what I do here.
So, in your opinion, what would be the most important thing for you? What would you wish you had known before you had gone into real estate?
I wish I'd known that it was going to be tough.
Hmm.
I would almost say nearly impossible by yourself. Now, there are some
Hmm.
agents that do very well by
Hmm.
themselves
Hmm.
for what their goals are. But to really go big, to really
Hmm.
fast forward to building a successful retirement for yourself and just
Hmm.
having financial security and actually loving what you do rather than starting to despise the business. I know that's one thing I struggled with is when I was wearing all the hats, if a deal was falling apart, I desperately needed that deal because I was, the theory of scarcity. I started to love the business a lot more when I realized that having systematic approach, having this is what happens when a lead comes in. This is what each person on the team should be handling. I wish I'd known that earlier in the game. I wouldn't have wasted so much time trying to figure it out. What I realized was I
Right.
spent a lot of time online, in my email, at seminars, at all of these things, really looking for systems, looking for something that would fix my business. I wasn't actually in the business working. And what I realized is there's an awful lot of real estate agents that are self employed, but they don't own a business. You have a
Hmm.
license, but you're not really practicing that much. And, owning a business or being a part of a business is much more profitable. It's stress free. I shouldn't say stress free, but a lot less stressful. And if I would have known that to begin with, I would have joined a McDonald's that was already in place, not tried to start
Right.
my own McDonald's and me wear all the hats and running around like crazy. Not only am I working harder than I should, the clients are also upset because you're trying to do too many
Right.
things. You're dropping the ball. I think that's a big, big lesson I learned over the years, and we certainly teach to teams around the country.
Right. So, what would you, if you were to meet someone, an individual, just met him out on the street, what is something that you're looking for that you think this person could be really successful?
Well, I think the big thing is, and I know it's very cliche to
Mhm.
say, but an outgoing personality. If you're an
Mhm.
introvert, it's very tough to make the kind of money you want to make here because you do need to be a kind of a social person. Now, who you are at home and who you are at work can be two completely different things.
Right.
Myself, I'm a much different person in a sales environment than I am with my fiance. So you might have to turn on the jets a little bit, but when someone puts an opportunity in front of you, are you coachable? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to go on an appointment, not be worried about whether you get it or not? But if it does
Mhm.
die, do an autopsy and find out why that appointment died so we can
Mhm.
keep it alive next time and
Mhm.
we can do
Mhm.
better. As long as you're coachable and you can be confident and competent, I think that's the
Mhm.
big thing. I mean, you guys know, everybody watching this, you've met a good salesperson. It just feels comfortable. It's
Right.
relaxed. It's high energy. It's not pressure. It's not high pressure by any means, but it's just a comfortable feeling. And I think that's something that is taught. It's something that a good team can teach you if you're learning from others. That's
Mhm.
really some of the deciding factors there. I mean, we are in real estate. You are going to have to work some weekends. You are going to have to
Right.
work some evenings. You got to be willing to do that. But I think being coachable and being willing to change a little bit of your personality publicly, it'll make you better. It'll make everybody feel more comfortable, and you make a lot more money too. So that's some of
Right.
the factors I would be looking for in an interview.
Okay. Now, why, if you were sitting in the audience today, and you know me, we've worked together for almost a little over a year now. Why would you go with me? And then really it's an extension of you because I use a lot of your training and your system. So why would you go with me personally on my team and really an extension of you?
Yeah, I mean, the fact is, the only reason to join a team is because you're stepping into a non-franchise franchise. You're stepping
Mhm.
into a system where, do we have a transaction coordinator? Yes. Do we have other people that can help us with this stuff? Yes.
Mhm.
Can I actually take a weekend and have somebody that could cover for me if I
Yep.
want to go spend time with my family? Yes, we've got that. And
Mhm.
then, okay, when a lead comes in, do you have pre-written good sales copy with an email sequence and a text sequence and a conversion campaign? What's our listing presentation look like? Those systematic approaches are what's missing for most agents. And I
Right.
think that if you're doing this on your own, even when you do finally get to bat, it's so important for you to knock it out of the park that it's devastating when you don't. And when you join a team that has more leads, has more deal flow happening, it takes a lot of the pressure off of you. You can lead a more balanced life. You've got a team of people that can help you along the way. Those are some of the factors that really make it such a great opportunity in joining a team. That lone wolf it's a very lonely business. It's a cold, lonely business if you're doing it by
Yep.
yourself. And a lot of agents start to thrive once they get around success. This business is so much about momentum, and that's true going up or going down. If
Right.
you've got that downward momentum and everything seems to be going bad and you got a flat tire on your car and your family member got sick, everything's going to fall apart. But when you can start getting that big forward and upward momentum going, everything starts to click and you got more deals closing and you just feel good about what you're doing. I think you start to fall in love with the business again. That's
Right.
usually what you'll see with the teams.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it took me 10 years, 10 years to get my systems in place because I was completely by myself. So
Hmm.
now that I've done that, this is why we wanted to start a team, was just because I do have systems in place now. And thanks to you, honestly, because I started, all of your training. So that has helped a lot. And I think it has put people in different scenarios where they're able to be successful. So, but I
Yeah, and
appreciate you.
one of the things to keep in mind is an awful lot of agents could be successful if they had the money to invest in a system like I have. Like,
Right.
there's no question. If you got involved with Greg Luther and you went to the top level coaching and you spent all the money on ads and you did all that, you could make a ton of money by yourself. But
Mhm.
if you don't have that option right now, if
Right.
you don't have a huge credit card, well, why not ride on the coattails of somebody that's already done that? Learn the system, get the training, utilize that marketing, and you just make the money from it. So, if I can't afford a mastermind group, I want to work with someone that is already in that mastermind group
Right.
and, can build accordingly. So I think it's such a great opportunity that way. And for the agents that feel like, man, if I just had $20,000 I could invest into coaching and marketing, I'd be fine. step into someone that's already doing that. And I think
Right.
that you'll get to reap the benefits of that.
Okay. Gosh, I appreciate all of that. I'm sure everyone else appreciates it too. And thank you for answering our questions and being here this evening. I truly appreciate it. And we are going to put this on our website and we're going to put this on our YouTube channel. So then that way, when people think about maybe joining a team, that we could hopefully answer all their questions for them.
Outstanding. Well, thanks for having me.